January 3rd. Woohoo! We made it through January. Yes. We had 5 snow days just in January. We're up to 9 so far in our district. 9. And it's just now February. And we're expecting snow on Wednesday. This ought to be an interesting winter. So, 2 major events happened for me this weekend. One, Caitlin moved back home. She is no longer in Kansas. She is back to Missouri. So she'll be staying with us for a little while she gets a different job and finds a new apartment. So we'll see how that plays out. The other big thing, which is a statewide victory, is the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Yes! Woo! So I'm not a super huge football or any sport fan, but I do believe in supporting your home team, and I was very excited this year that the Chiefs were looking really good to get into the Super Bowl. Like, their playoffs were looking nice, and so I decided then I was going to do it up. So we had kind of like a mini Super Bowl party last night. Not a lot of people, but that's okay. It was nice and intimate and fun. So my husband's friend came, like his best friend from years and years and years ago, and Caitlin and her boyfriend. So it was a nice little small gathering, but we really enjoyed it. I didn't put on the dog so much, but I did have some nice Super Bowl snacks. We enjoyed some dips and chips and some soda, and Caitlin made her now famous lemon bars, so yum. We had enough, and there's plenty of leftovers. Whew, today, I'm sure our whole district will be celebrating, but we didn't finish all of our Super Bowl stuff on Friday, so we'll be finishing that this morning after we come back from music, I believe. So we're going to compare the 2 quarterbacks and pick out some cool facts about them to write a little report about them. The students will get to choose their favorite one and write about them. And then we have some vocabulary that we need to do. They're going to use a glossary of football terms and look up the meaning of the football words. And also they're going to have some cards that have words on them, and they're going to find synonyms for them. So I think that's going to be really awesome for this morning. Then we will also have a little tiny math lesson. And we're still working on 2-digit subtraction with regrouping. And that is so hard for some of my students, so hard. It's just a hard concept. I also have a literacy PD from like 11:05 to 1:20. 11:05 to 11:40 is my lunch time. And then 11:40 to, like I said, 1:20 is the actual professional development thing for literacy. And we're working through Jennifer Saravallo's reading strategies and writing strategies book at different points, and we're also using our Fontes and Pinnell literacy continuum. So we're working through some things in all of those books, either in our PD or during our PLC meetings. We're working on those things, so we're just kind of continuing it through the year. I also have an IEP meeting this morning, so this is a really busy day. Wow. Hopefully the IEP meeting won't take very long. I don't think it will. It should be fairly short. And then I can get some things kind of prepared, because that's during my plan time. I'm hoping to get some things prepared for Power Hour tomorrow, which is our math intervention time, and also for my reading intervention time. Because I always find the things over the weekend, because it takes me a while to get lesson materials together. And I didn't get things done ahead last week. I just was tired, really tired. So didn't have a lot of things planned. I already knew what I wanted to do in my head, but actually putting my hands on the materials, that's what I needed to do over the weekend, and I've done that. And I went ahead and printed some of the things that I wanted to use on my home printer, just one copy, so I could just run the whole stack through the copier and be done, and not have to try to find it again on my computer. I was so proud of myself too. This weekend I updated both of my MacBooks, so my personal one that I bought from the school over the summer, and the new one that belongs to the school. They both got updated. So most of my morning is just going to be bim bam boom, zip zap, done. I told you I had that literacy meeting, and then when I come back from that, I'm going to have the kids clean up and be ready for a counselor, because she's coming at 1:30. So 1:30 to 1:50 is counselor. Then after that, I'm going to let them have AR reading time for about 20 minutes, and then they'll clean up, and there'll be reading intervention time, and then there'll be time to pack and go home. I mean, our day is going to be done. Okay, I'm close to school, so I'm going to say goodbye for now. I won't be able to vlog at lunchtime because I will be in the teacher's lounge with other people, because my students will be in my classroom during that time, since that's right before my literacy PD. So I will have to check back in with you at the end of the day and let you know how everything transpired. So I'll see you then. Good afternoon. It is 4:09. I'm leaving school, going home. Not stopping anywhere on the way, just heading home. Yay. Whew, today was full. Oh my goodness. So during my plan time, I had an IEP meeting that lasted, well, most of it. I think I had about 7 or 8 minutes when the meeting was over to use the restroom and to copy a few things. And then I need to get my class. I got them from music, and then I took them to the cafeteria so I could show them the new breakfast/lunch cards that we will be using now. After we did that, we went upstairs to our classroom and we had snack, and they worked on their Super Bowl lap books, and we worked on the vocabulary words and the synonyms. And we did the synonyms together because I thought that would be kind of tricky. So it was a little tricky. They were having a hard time coming up with words that meant the same thing. And so I think I finally got that cleared up. Finally got that done, and all they had to do was cut out the cards so they could put them in the little pocket on the inside flap of their lap book. Then I had them partner up with the person that was just sitting next to them. I gave them each a football glossary to share and a set of cards that had football terms on them, and they needed to find the definition. And I said, you do not need to write the entire page, whatever it says. Don't write everything it says, just write a little piece. So just enough that it tells you what it is. So I went through and underlined a few of them for the kids, and I also showed some examples on the board so they know how to do it. And then by the time we got to that, it was time for me to go to my 2-hour meeting. So I told the substitute, okay, we may not get to the penguin writing today, that's okay. Have them finish the football vocabulary. And then when they're finished with that, they can read for AR. So then they had lunch, and I ate lunch. While I was gone to my meeting, they came back to the classroom. They read some more of the Lost Kitten book, and they were to recess. And then I came back. I had them clean up, and then we had counselor. Then after counselor, we had reading intervention time, and I did digraphs with vowel teams. Yes. And then we did like a board game, like literally a board game. I projected the game board on the board, and we played in teams. I don't know if you can see my eye twitching. This eye's been twitching all day long. Not even kidding. Since about 15 minutes before I left the house this morning. I don't know what the deal is. Everybody that I talked to today goes, oh, it's stress, it's stress. And I'm like, I don't feel stressed. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but it's bugging me like crazy. Ugh, it just feels gross. So anyway, after we played the game and one of the teams won, then we did a Kahoot that practiced some digraphs and some vowels. And it was time to go. Then my class came back in. I had given them time to pack after the counselor or before the counselor, something like that. So most of them are packed except for my kids who've been pulled for reading. So they got to pack real fast, and then I dismissed the kids, and I had early bus, which only amounts to about 15 minutes. So we watched an Arthur, and then it was time to load the buses, and I came back and I got a ton of things prepared for math intervention time and reading intervention time for my group and the 2 other groups that are doing the same skill as me. Then the 2 other groups that the paras are doing that are working on just a little bit harder skill than us. So it was a lot of copying. I got a note to send home copied for my kids so they can take it home tomorrow. I got a booklet copied for my kids for Friday. And so I'm gonna check and make sure everything's ready tomorrow. I'm bringing home some things to cut and some things to fold and staple. I also am bringing home, I have Who Has cards that I made that use 2-syllable words. I think that's what it is. I don't know, I made so much stuff over the weekend, I can't keep them straight anymore. I think that's what it is. Yeah, we're supposed to be decoding 2-syllable words. So I tried to think of 2-syllable wintry words. Winter would have been, I think I used winter. I did like mitten, jacket, things like that. I even did penguin. I don't remember what else I did, but I made enough to where we have, I don't know, maybe 18 or 20 cards. My teamie across the hall from me has the same skill group as I do for reading intervention time. And so I had texted her and said, hey, do you want this to use for your group? And she goes, yes, I love it. I'm like, okay, I'll just send it to you. Because I don't mind at all sharing stuff. Not at all. But I'm also like, you don't have to use it just because I offer it to you. I'm not offended. You know, if you say, no thanks, I'm good. I'm like, okay, no problem. Like this morning, one of my teamies down the hall said, hey, do you want this groundhog book? And I said, oh, it looks really cute. No, thank you. I think we won't have time to get to it, but I appreciate you sharing. She's like, okay. And I hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings, because that is not what it is. I really appreciated it, but we're still behind on everything else. So I wanted to get that lap book done, and it's still not quite done. So I think I'm gonna have to give them just a little bit of time tomorrow to finish it, because it's got to be done. And it is skills that we're working on for language arts. So it's not like I'm just throwing it in because it's a Super Bowl thing. No. All of the skills that were in that lap book and all the things that we did on that Super Bowl, second grade Super Bowl Friday, were all third quarter skills that we're working on. So it's just a spin on how to practice it. Whew. It was just intermittently cold and warm today, wherever I was. So it got to like almost 70 today, I think, outside. And then tomorrow's supposed to be like down in the 30s. Crazy. And we're supposed to get snow tomorrow night. So this is so funny. In the literacy PD that I was in today, the teamie that is on the standards-based grading committee with me, we were sitting next to each other, and she had her planner out, and she goes, are we having a meeting here? And she was pointing to Wednesday. And I said, I don't think so. I don't think we've rescheduled that. Well, because every time we've had one of those meetings scheduled, we've had a snow day. And so I looked at my principal and I said, when are we doing our next standards-based grading meeting? She goes, well, we were going to do it Wednesday, but we decided on Friday. And I said, oh, so we're going to have a snow day on Friday then? And she just goes, yeah, right. She goes, we were going to put it on Wednesday, but we're like, no, snow's coming. I said, every single time we've tried to get together, there's been a snow day. And she's like, I know, it's been crazy. I'm like, totally. We can't even get together because of the snow. Wacky. We've got to get going on this stuff or we're never going to get done with it. Ugh. So Friday is the day during our PLC time. We're going to work on that. So hopefully we can get something accomplished. I was talking to some people today just randomly, and they're like, oh, I think we're going to have a snow day on Wednesday and Thursday because we're supposed to get, I don't know, it depends on what weather report you look at and what time of day you look at it, you know, because it changes. But somebody was saying we're expecting like up to 6 inches of snow in the next 2 days. And I'm like, dang, that's a lot of snow. Wow. So I don't know what's going to happen. You know me. I just roll with it. Whatever. I'm prepared either way. So that's why I wanted to get all of my materials ready for the intervention times. Next week, I'll be doing all kind of things Valentine themed. So I think that's going to be fun. Friday, I'm going to do my snowman escape. So it's save the snowmen. So the scenario is winter is here, but it's starting to get warmer, which it has been lately. And the snowmen are in danger of melting and they need to get to a colder place. So it's your job to solve the puzzles and crack the code to help them escape this area so they can get back to where it's really, really cold. So they're basically escaping the sun. So you have to help them get there. I've got it all printed, laminated, and I think I have it all cut. I made 5 sets of everything because I am going to do it like a lockbox activity. So it is an escape room. You don't have to do it with lockboxes. You can just use the codes on envelopes. That works fine too. It is in my TpT store right now, and it's only $5 if you're interested. Just saying, if you want it, there it is. I kind of tried it out myself last night to make sure. I really like to try it with my class before I put it in my TpT store, but I thought, you know, January's already over, and I had intended to put it on there in January, but we hadn't got to it yet. So I didn't want to wait any longer because I also have a Valentine escape that I want to do like next week. And so I'm going to try it out and try to get that in my store right away too, in case you're interested in doing that. So the snowman escape is a double-digit subtraction without regrouping skill. And the Valentine escape, I made it so there are 2 different things you could do with it. There is triple-digit addition without regrouping and double-digit addition without regrouping. So I know that in 1st grade we did double-digit addition without regrouping and with regrouping. but I thought maybe that would help some of you be able to use it in your classroom to practice some skills. So that is what I did. So I made every puzzle have 2 options to it, and you could even interchange them. You could do a triple digit one for one of the puzzles and a double digit one for another puzzle. That'd be okay. Or you could differentiate it by the kids in your class. So for example, like I think I mentioned this before, if you wanted to do, you know, this group, you want them to do double digit addition because they're not quite ready for the triple digit, and you have a higher group that you want to do triple digit, you could make them 2 different colors, like make one pink and one red. And be like, you get the pink activities, you get the red activities. I was going to do double digit addition with regrouping as well, but I didn't have time to get that all put together because I would have had to change all of the puzzles, like every single one. As it was, with the triple digit, all I had to do was take off the hundreds place and it was ready to go. So that's what I did. Just went through and I copied everything and I took off the hundreds place. And so then I had double digit and triple digit. So that worked out very well. But I think in the future, I may try to do at least a couple different things in the escape rooms so that it's a little more versatile for people. Because I know for my group, we will have just started to get into triple digit addition. So it might be a little overwhelming for some. So I'm probably going to differentiate mine even. Since we've had so many snow days, I'm behind in my math pacing because I always make a pacing guide for myself in the summer. And so we've had 9 snow days. That is, you know, 2/3 of a chapter right there. Right? I mean, that's a lot. So we would have already been into triple digit addition at this point, but we are not even done with double digit subtraction yet. We won't be done with that till next week. So yeah, it might be a little tricky for them to do triple digit addition. It doesn't have regrouping though, so I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to let my higher kids do the triple digit and my average and my low Joes do the double digit and call it good. So I think that'll be fun. I think they'll really enjoy it. It's Escape the Valentine Candy Factory. So it's all candy themed. So think of what you could do in your room with that. Oh yeah. So I've got some stuff that I think I might want to put around in my room. And I am going to do something with my snowman escape on Friday. I'm going to kind of make it look snowy. I ordered just a few things from Amazon, not much. I don't want to go crazy because, first of all, I can't buy stuff for everything I do. That will get very expensive. But I just got a few things. I'm going to add some stuff I have at home to it. So I think it's going to be really fun. The kids will enjoy it. And we'll see what all we can do on Friday. We do have our recognition assembly, and that's about 20 to 25 minutes, which a lot happens in that 20 to 25 minutes. But I need to keep in mind that I've got that chunk of time allotted for that. But I think it's going to be good. So they're going to be practicing their double digit subtraction. We've got some other things to go along with our kind of snow-filled day. Well, they'll be practicing more math things. So more double digit subtraction with and without regrouping. Not in the escape room, but other things. We're going to have a time to read and also practice our math facts, subtraction facts this time. I've been doing addition and I want to switch to subtraction and just kind of go back and forth a little bit. Give them plenty of practice. So I think it's going to be a really good, fun time of learning and review. Great way to end the week, and we might have a short week the way it's looking. I don't know. We will just see. So if you don't see me on Wednesday, you'll know what happened. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm almost home. Caitlin is gonna be home, I think, when I get there, and I can kind of chat with her and get myself together and get my stuff prepared tonight so it's all ready to go. So I shall see you tomorrow, and I should be able to talk to you more tomorrow because I don't have anything going on at lunchtime. So I can kind of check in with you midday and let you know how things are going. See you then. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. And it's February 4th. Woohoo! We are supposed to get some icky weather coming in tonight, possibly this afternoon. It's supposed to rain, and that is going to turn to snow around the time of dismissal. So hopefully it won't be bad at that time and the buses can get out fine and everyone can get home safe. but it's looking pretty likely at this point, according to the weather, the radar, all that, that we're probably gonna have a snow day tomorrow. Because they're forecasting 3 to 5 inches of snow. Yeah. And if sometimes tomorrow night and we're off Wednesday, and then more is supposed to come Wednesday, we'll probably be off Thursday too. So it's possible we're only going to have a 3-day week. I don't know. I've got everything planned. I'm gonna go ahead and kick Henig today and get stuff around for next week too, so that I don't have to worry about scrambling at the last minute for next week in case we are off for a couple days. I neglected to tell you yesterday that this week is court warming for our school. So we have special spirit days. So yesterday was wear your favorite color, and I had a lime green shirt on underneath my sweater. Today is wear your favorite team. Duh. Tomorrow is favorite book character, and I mentioned that I was going to wear my Grinch onesie and carry my little Mac stuffed animal around, which I think he's in my bag. And Thursday is... I don't remember. Can't remember Thursday. It just blanked out of my head. But Friday is wear school colors. So I got that covered, definitely. But Thursday, I can't even think what it is. We'll figure it out. If we even have school. That's the thing. I don't know. So today for wear your favorite team, I'm wearing my Chiefs jersey. Obviously my Chiefs hat, my football earrings, and my red ring. Also, I've got my red and white striped socks, and I have white pants. So dressed all in Chiefs colors. It's gonna be a good day. We're gonna have a fairly normal day today. They're gonna finally partner up like they were supposed to last week and pull some facts out of that Emperor Penguins book that I printed from the Penguin Palooza Rooted in Reading Special Edition unit. That was a lot of words. And then they can write a draft. So they have a graphic organizer to fill out first. And then they can take that information and turn it into a report. And I'm going to model that, of course, because it's our first one. So they'll have at least one informational report under their belt, hopefully before very much time has passed. We don't have counseling today. We don't have an assembly today. We don't have anything strange. So it should be fairly normal, let's hope, except for the snow. I am planning on doing kind of a snow-themed day on Friday where we practice our math skills because we'll be ready for our test by then. Our chapter will be done. And then doing some ELA skills like compound words, some math facts, because we're supposed to be fluent to 20 in addition to subtraction. So yeah, we're gonna do all the things on Friday. Plus I'm gonna do my snowman escape, which is all 2-digit subtraction practice. Now it's without regrouping because I want all the students to be successful at that. And of course we will have continued practicing with regrouping, but I want it to be independent, and my students right now are not all independent on with regrouping. So I want them to be able to do that because they will have had plenty of practice with regrouping. So I think they're going to enjoy that. And we'll see how the week turns out because I feel like it might be really short. Even my principal did not put a meeting on Wednesday thinking we get snowed out for it because we have every time we tried to do that during meeting. So yeah, she's even thinking we're gonna have snow days. It's crazy. So we'll just have to see how it plays out. I'm almost to school, so I'm going to go for now. But I should be able to check in with you at lunchtime and kind of update you on what we've done and let you know what the rest of the day has in store. And then I should also be able to check in with you at the end of the day when I'm getting ready to leave. So I'll see you then. Hello, my kiddos are at lunch and I just came back up to my room. I grabbed some papers out of my box and I realized, oh, I had a partially eaten lunch from the other day that I had pre-frozen. So I just heated that for today. We worked on the letter W for cursive today, and I showed them some of the other letters they'll get to do. They're like, what does this look like? What does this look like? I'm like, well, why don't I just write the letters we haven't done yet so just you can see them. So they were excited about that. A few of them aren't quite finished with their papers. There's a couple over here, and there's a couple over here, which you can kind of see. But they'll finish those when we come back after lunch during rest and read time. We can work on that. I have some notes to send home. So we all got to work on our penguin information. I'm so happy. So most everybody got all the information they needed to finish that graphic organizer. And I said, hey, you know how we were supposed to find like 2 pieces of information for each section except for the cool, interesting facts that was supposed to be 4? They're like, yeah. I said, did you find 2 things for each thing? And they're like, no. I said, oh, let's go through there and look at those. So we did, and we realized that that book doesn't have 2 things about everything that we were wanting to know. And I said, that happens sometimes when you're doing research. You don't always find everything you want to know out of one place. So that means you get as much as you can out of that resource, and then you go to another one. So tomorrow, if we're here, I'm going to read that penguin book over there on the tray. You see it? It is I think it's National Geographic for kids. Let's just go look, shall we? Might be a lot easier than trying to speculate. Yes, National Geographic for Kids Penguins book. They have these on Amazon. I probably got mine through Scholastic because it is from Scholastic. But either way, you can get that pretty cheaply. So there's a lot of information in that. And so whatever we didn't get out of our nonfiction penguin book that we had from my Penguin Palooza Rooted in Reading thing, there it is, we can add from that book. So very cool. This afternoon, we'll be reading some more about Fluff, the Lost Kitten. We'll have inside recess because it's been raining and we're supposed to get snow. We'll see what happens. And then I'm gonna have reading groups after recess, and kids will read for AR, and then we'll clean up, pack up, and they will go to reading intervention time. And then when they come back, it'll be time to get their backpacks and line up to go home. And I have early buses until the end of February, which is fine. They're not a problem at all. We're probably gonna watch an Arthur, and they really like that. That's just about the right amount of time too while we're waiting for the buses, because we start loading the buses at 3:10 and they come in here about 5 till, 10 till, something like that. And so that's just about the right amount of time to watch one Arthur episode. And then I start lining them up in the hallway and I take them down, they load the buses, I wave goodbye, and that's the end of my day. Then I can come up here and I can get some more things done for the rest of the week and start working on some things for next week. So I already printed out my Valentine Escape and it's already laminated. I saw that it was already done. I'm like, wow, she's like on top of stuff like crazy today. That was bim, bam, boom, fast, super fast. So after I pick my kids up from lunch, I'm gonna grab that on the way through because we walk right by the library when she leaves the lamination for us to pick up. And I'll be able to take that home and start cutting it out this weekend. Or if we have snow days, I'll do it then. I can get all that together. So that's really exciting. So happy about that. And last night I went home and I took my I Have Who Has game home and cut that out. I cut out the cards for a snow tack-toe game for Power Hour. Kids are gonna finish working on this today, I think, because we just need to get it done. All right, yes, our math lesson went pretty well. Our math lesson today was rewriting horizontal subtraction problems in a vertical format and then solving them with regrouping or without regrouping. Some of my kids are just still really struggling with the regrouping because it's hard. They didn't struggle as much when we did addition with regrouping, but I think I need to start calling it borrowing, regrouping borrowing, so they can think about the difference, because I think they're confusing it with what we did for addition. It's messing them up because they're like, what are we doing? Like every time we do a lesson, what are we doing? So it's not sticking, clearly. So I need to show them another way to do it, or tell them another way to do it, or tell them a different term to use or something so that it sticks in their brain a different way. I also added on, is there more on top or more on the floor? And they say more on the floor. I go, okay, go next door, knock on the door. And I actually knocked on my board as I crossed out the number. I went, knock on the door as I crossed it out. Take 10 more and give it to your neighbor. I said, take a 10 and give it to your friend. So we're gonna add that in too to hopefully help that stick a little more, but we just keep plugging along. I keep getting a few more on the double-digit subtraction train. So eventually we'll get to the end and everyone will be able to do it, hopefully. We just keep trying, we keep trying. And this is not the be-all, end-all of everything. I mean, they will get other opportunities through the year too, but you know, it is third quarter, so we do want to try to get it mastered as much as possible right now because we're working on it hardcore right now. All right, I'm gonna eat what's left of my lunch from the other day. And then I don't have any breakfasts or lunches in my freezer right now, so I'm all clear. I just need to bring some from home next time we have school, whenever that may be. We don't know. All right, I got my whole ELA cafe all dismantled and kind of stacked up. So it's back here. I need to fix this whole mess back here, but there it is right there. There are my tablecloths, and this copy paper box has all the Ziploc bags with the different books in them that I had printed from Reading A to Z. I also have a list of books that I used so that next time I do this, I can just pull those books. I was thinking about next year and making it easier on myself. Okay, I'm gonna eat, grab my kids, finish my day. I'll see you later. Good afternoon. Okay, I hope you're sitting down because I actually left at contract time today. Yes, I didn't stay, nothing. And I got everything that I wanted to do done. Yay. So you can see this right here. Got all my Valentine Candy Factory Escape stuff printed, laminated, and taken home to cut it. Woo! So right now it's just raining. It's been kind of rainy most of the day. It's really, really, really cold. So we'll see what happens. It's supposed to start snowing later. It depends on which weather forecast you look at. Sometime between 5 and 8, it looks like. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I think a lot of people are kind of counting on a snow day tomorrow and possibly Thursday. So we'll just have to see what happens. I started lesson planning for next week. That way, if we are off, then Friday I'll be ready to just print things and be ready for the next week. Of course, I can roll some stuff from this week into next week too. Really glad that we got a big chunk of our penguin writing done today. We got our graphic organizers filled out for the most part. I think a couple kids may need to find a few more facts. Then we're gonna look in another book, find some more facts, and then we're gonna write a report. And I'll model it and they can just put in their information in the places. So that'll be a nice little first writing for informational. Woo, you can probably hear it's starting to rain a little harder now. Oh boy. Gotta throw on my wipers. It's not just drizzling, it's full-fledged big old droplets now. Woo. Okay. So if it gets really loud, I apologize. But yeah, we're getting some big splatters from the windshield. I am looking forward to just being home today. Because it's just gross out here and so cold. Okay, I'm gonna go because